Tuesday on Your View. Welcome to the month. Happy new month. It's my birthday month. Yay! July 6th is the day the world stopped and gave birth to me. Yeah. Can't wait. Anyways, hi ladies. Elijah, Nima, Akasha, Zabere in the building. Should I do what YK would do this morning? Nima is doing some things. She's flexing some nails.
And Zip is also a bad
I'm a great influence, you know.
So I did the nails.
Okay.
I thought I was doing the detachable ones. I bought them. And then they had to use glue. So the detachable ones we use for weddings as Muslims. You can put it, picture, and remove it. But this is glue, so I'm going to remove it after the show because
Please don't. I'm
not off. I'm not off prayers.
Okay.
I have
it's
to
so
pray.
pretty.
So it's fine. It's fine. I used to do these things though. 99, those who knew me in secondary school. And before I read that book on my father's bookshelf, that I should be a covered woman. Until then, you see these Afro curls. My hair was full, and that was my look back then. Wow. I would go, they would use these small rollers. I carry it for 2 weeks, imagine, with a Muslim girl. Because I would, when I want to touch water, I would like, because and it bounces, I like,
How you doing?
I found God and it's good.
Good to see you.
I'm very fine.
Abigail in the building. Love your hair. I always like this hair.
Thank you very much. Thank you. My friend finally came from the US, and the past couple of days is a she.
Wow.
Is a she.
Oh, she just like
the he friends that come from the US.
Yes, love those ones.
So it's just been a past couple of days for me. It's like the shark and the deep blue sea for me, you know, entering one wahala after another. On Saturday after the show, we were looking all penged up and we were going, and then all of a sudden, because of the traffic, you know, there's road closure around that the third mainland axis of Owerri, Fako. So that's my route. So I had to divert and take through Maryland. So the place was choked, and then everyone was just driving anyhow. So then there was this faulty vehicle in front of me. I had to dodge the vehicle, go back to the lane, and when I got to the front, I saw some policemen. They swamped into my car and like, they almost even punctured my tire. I was like, what's going on? What's going on? I was like, say, you passed BRT lane. And I'm looking, there wasn't any yellow line where I even passed. They say, oh yeah, divert, go to this side. They now led me to the BRT lane, go, and took pictures. They said we should go to the office. They impounded my car that Saturday.
Oh my Lord.
They impounded. In fact, one of them said, today you will learn how to be, to talk to people. Wow. And I'm like, I told you, you stopped me at the middle of the road abruptly. This could have caused accident. It wasn't nice at all. But the good thing is, I finally got my international passport yesterday, thanks to a few persons who helped me.
You don't mention the name of television now.
I don't want to mention their names. Yeah. So
our special plugs. We don't mention it on TV.
I finally got the international pass. I wanted to place it on my chest and use it for the whole of the week because that passport.
I hope it's 10 years.
It's 10 years.
Because the way they hold up, if not 3 years, 5 years, you don't reduce.
It's 10 years actually.
Fantastic. Congratulations. Amaka Fresh.
Hi, my love.
I love this color on you.
Thank you so much. So I had quite an insightful ride to work today. My car had an issue, so I used the boat, and I just love the guy, you know, amazing man. And when we started the ride, he told me that he complained about something. I told him, you know what, today is the 1st of July. Just have a positive mindset. Don't allow anybody ruin your day. And then he now said, Madam, please, I hope you don't mind. I need to call my children. So he called his children. They're about to go to school. And he was praying for them and everything. May God bless every good man, every amazing father, every responsible father. May God bless you and uplift you, every present father. And at the end of the conversation, I heard when he said something like that, he said, don't forget the golden rule. So when he dropped the phone, and I said, do you mind if I ask what the rule is? And I said, stay focused. Don't be distracted by anything. You know, let your focus be your focus, and don't let everybody distract you from your goal. And he said he lost their mom when the son was 2 years. Now the boy is 8 years, going to 9. Wow. And yes, and the daughter was 2. But that he remarried after 7 years. And he went through depression that made him now drive Uber because he helps him communicate with people, you know, and talk to people. God bless every amazing person. Mr. Festus, thank you so much. Like,
hope you have his numbers. Yes,
I'm telling you. Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
it's my birthday month.
Yeah.
Let me do like Tokwe and BC.
Counting down.
Counting down. You are counting down.
Somebody will flip.
See, I'm telling you.
5 days to
I can't have all these amazing ladies.
But why you don't have pictures for first of the month to the countdown?
You
are not talking.
Don't worry,
you are not
going to take you picture.
After I take picture.
We'll take out.
I've been positively influenced by the ladies of Yobi that there's no way that one of their characters will always enter me somehow. With this one, I counted that. So today is July 1. My birthday is July 6. Sunday, I'm receiving gifts. I'm collecting gifts. Please, I'll be 45, 4 and 5. That's a big age, man. I'm an adult. I'm a grown-up woman.
Yes.
I'm an elder.
I think we don't reach elder.
45 is not a small age. I'm an elder. You know, you gotta greet me differently. Anyways, let's go on a short break. When we come back, look at the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the Nation. Week's papers again. Because, all right, the Nation. I have to open it. Federal government offers visa waivers to Eastern Caribbean states. Oh, really? I didn't see that story. Meeting Tinubu inspiring, says Nigerian student in St. Lucia. NDLEA central to action plan on drug control and crime prevention. PDP recognizes Anyanwu as national secretary. I'm looking for stories you guys stick to. I would do one term in presidency, says Obi. Reps query CCTV gunboat contingency allocation on Rivers 1.48 trillion naira budget. And no community too small to enjoy democracy dividends, Tinubu assures Nigerians. Okay, which story?
We have the visa waiver. So, courtesy to the president who is visiting St. Lucia, holders of the diplomatic and official passport from Organization of Eastern Caribbean States may no longer need visas to travel here. So there are 7 members of this OECS. They are the Antigua, the Barbuda, the Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and Grenadines. So they will be able to come here without no wahala at all.
Really?
Yes. So the president has proposed the establishment of a formal joint commission or political consultation agreement between Nigeria and this OECS. And it is aimed at strengthening structured collaboration across key sectors and enhancing historic ties between Africa and the Caribbean. So I know say
that's fantastic.
So he broke this news while while addressing a special joint session of the Senate and House of Assembly of St. Lucia at the ballroom. The Igbo is too much. Let me just keep it.
Interesting. I met some friends from Grenada, so they can easily come to Nigeria now with this. Fantastic.
Yep. Okay, so the African Union Commission has said the formulation of a new action plan on drug control and crime prevention in Africa will not be complete without input from the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, which is the NDLEA. The Commission said this is because of its central role in law enforcement on the continent. The AU Commission stated this yesterday during an assessment visit to the NDLEA National Headquarters in Abuja yesterday. So during the visit, Dr. Kintola had said that They are here to understand the status of implementation of this Continental Action Plan on Drugs Control and Crime Prevention, right? Because this would enable them to evaluate the African Union Plan of Action on Drug Control and Crime Prevention, which are taking them from 2019 to 2025. So they need to process your evaluation, because this process is going to take them from 2025 to the year 2026 to the year 2030. He said, so they are here to identify a few countries to understand how this action plan was implemented in the member states, and if there are gaps, and that the new and current emerging trends that they can include in the plan, so that they understand that they cannot do this job without involving the NDLEA, and that they believe that the formulation of the new action plan will not be finished and concluded except the NDLEA in Nigeria is part of it. So yeah, this is a great one. At least they recognize that NDLEA in Nigeria, they are working, and they actually work every day. We see them in the papers.
Yes,
we see the things that they are doing. So I'm happy that on the African continent that they have been recognized, that they are doing a great job, and that their input is actually necessary for the plans ahead.
All right. So what I have here, over 70% of Nigerians uninsured, says NCRIB. And they still went on to say why insurance industry needs reforms by NICOM. Now, the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers has said over 70% of Nigerians remain without any form of insurance cover. According to what they say, this is a development that showed that the country is low on insurance penetration. This was said when they had one of the events. The 13th Area Committee Chairman stated that the NICOM needs reform so that they'll be able to protect consumers, boost innovation, ensure stronger financial foundations for insurers, and make insurance more accessible to millions of Nigerians currently outside the safety net. So all it says is, sometimes when you're driving, you bash somebody's car. If you have insurance, it can fix the person's car even when you don't have the money at the moment. Sometimes people do life assurance. If you get into an accident or a family member, they die and maybe there's no money somewhere, they step in, those insurance companies. So not everyone, not most people know about this, the importance of insurance. So that's what they're saying. So
former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi has expressed his willingness to just serve for one term. According to him, he, Atiku Abubakar, and Rotimi Amechi are putting together a coalition to possibly wrest power from the APC. Speaking during a Twitter post on his page, he said any candidate from the South elected president in 2027 must be willing and prepared to leave office May 28th, 2031. That if the coalition hands him the ticket, he doesn't plan to stay there a day more than one term. If that happens, in office. Yeah. Another story, moving on now to Daily Sun. PDP sinks deeper, 5 governors set to defect. Kenyan court's verdict. IPOB urges Justice Omotosho to look into jurisdictional propriety of Kanu's extradition. Wike taking governors closer to FCT residents, says Tinubu. And let's find a story. Inside, I was offered $7,000 bribe by mate seeking access to bank services, witness. And yeah, that's all I have. Story do we take?
I have that story.
Go on.
Okay.
Because I have a very funny one. I'm thinking whether
okay, let me go after you.
No, this one.
Go ahead.
I need to think it.
Okay, I was offered 7,000 bribe by mate seeking access to bank server. That's what the witness said. A prosecution witness, Ajayi Michael Folasheye, yesterday painted a picture of how he was allegedly offered $7,000, or not naira, bribe by his colleague who sought to gain internal access into their premium trust bank's internal system. Ajayi, who is the first prosecution witness, testified before Justice Alexander Owoye of the Federal High Court, Lagos, in ongoing trial of Kehinde Odeyemi and Matthew Adeniyi Damilola. They are both employees of Premium Trust. According to the long and short is they told him, please give us the IP address of the internal system. The guy saying, no, I can't give it to you. She now said, okay, I will give you $5,000. He said, no, I can't give it to you. So yeah, $7,000. He said, no, I won't give it to you. She now said, okay, if you're not giving me, do not say this to anyone else. I will resign. He had to now tell his superior.
Wow.
So there are still good people out there. $7,000
that's a lot of money.
A whole lot of money.
Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regular.
So let me go and look for my jam results.
My 280 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
Yeah, that's
I can
all
do
we can
Nigeria,
take.
but I choose to
Ejeki,
stay.
close the show. Give Fadala.
Ladies and gentlemen, number one, Unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number one on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Check it out.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym though, you're getting fat. Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference? There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying.
So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, it's the empowerment for me.
Sex can make a relationship better.
No.
Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too. Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the person that used to sus? What is his name?
That woman.
Bam! Bam!
Today we'll go here.
Hey.
Let's catch up now.
I'm sure we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay good. TVC Entertainment for Pure Entertainment.
Hello, TVC Communications. How can I help?
What makes TVC the right choice for my business?
Excellent question, sir. Let me share some exciting facts with you.
Start your day on TVC Entertainment with Wake Up Nigeria, a family and lifestyle show. Your view empowers women globally.
It's your view, let it count.
Entertainment Splash delivers the hottest celebrity trends. On TVC News, we keep you informed with breaking news and in-depth analysis of events shaping the world.
I will continue to.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Daily Sun.
Okay, so to accelerate Nigeria's infrastructure revolution, President Bola Tinubu has empowered the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, ICRC, to implement a more efficient and better streamlined public-private partnership project delivery process by approving PPP thresholds for ministries, departments and agencies, which are the MDAs. Until now, all PPP projects, regardless of size, have been subjected to Federal Executive Council for approval, resulting in extended processes and delays and limiting the participation of MDAs with small and mid-scale projects. But with this new policy that has been decentralized now, approval process allowing the MDAs to approve projects below specified thresholds, you know, under the ICRC guidelines is now the best thing moving forward because it supports all scales of projects and encouraging broader private sector investment in PPPs. Although last week I read something about the police force being probed for breaking down projects, like, you know, it was like a 16 billion naira project that they broke down to had disclosed that, that under the new directive, that the PPP project valued below 10 billion naira for parastatals agencies and 20 billion for ministries will now be approved by respective project approved boards. And that will be considered under the ICRC guidelines and regulations. That notwithstanding these new thresholds, every PPP project must still be submitted to the ICRC for review and certification. So this is good. So more people can now, you know, get these contracts and be part of these projects, you know, without stress, and they can get the funds. Although you're funding it by yourself.
Okay, any other story in the list?
So I have the EFCC arraigning 74 fraudsters in Abuja. They arrested all of them at the Joyous Hotel Yanya in Abuja yesterday based on some intelligence, and I hope this intelligence is accurate. So they said that they will, of course, arraign all of them in court soon. They recovered 86 phones, 1 rifle, 3 motorcycles from them. I hope that the intelligence is tight, so it's not just holidaying people or vacationing people that were parked at the hotel.
Okay, moving on now to Vanguard. Dangote is still on the papers with their bonanza. The inside story, we've taken it before. Kidnappings, youth set Emir's Palace and NDLE office ablaze in Kwara. PDP factions close ranks, affirm Anyanwu as National Secretary. And again, Minister of the FCT is here talking about the commissioning of the newly constructed Collector Road CN8 Asuko Okon Street from Arterial Road N5, Obafemi Awolowo Way to Arterial Road North 1 and other connecting roads in Dakibiu. We have to just mention it because it's all about the papers. We might as well. Inside the papers, let's find a story that is relevant to Nigerians. Kidnappings, youth set Emir's Palace, I took that already. Seized assets, court fixes October 6th to hear ex-minister Diezani's suit against EFCC. Dantata's burial delayed due to late arrival of body in Medina. And I'm not sure what the other stories. Ladies, any story in Vanguard?
Also,
which one did you take? NDLA. Who was that?
Child trafficking.
Okay, go ahead.
Police busts syndicate, rescue 12. In Owerri, Imo State, Police Command has uncovered what it called a massive child trafficking syndicate. They arrested a suspect and rescued 12 suspected stolen children. The command's public relations officer, Mr. Henry Okoye, who disclosed this in a press statement, made it available to newsmen in Owerri. And he also said, under discreet investigation, they saw that a woman, I think her name was given here, Ann Ngozi, a 42-year-old woman, Ann Ngozi Enyenwa of Umudin, Ohekelem, in Ngokpala local government area, was the one in charge. And then they were able to rescue 12 suspected stolen children on June 20th of this year. So it's a good one that the police, they've stamped their feet and they're doing what they have to do.
Okay, so after weeks of internal wrangling, the PDP has affirmed and reaffirmed Senator Samuel Anyanwu as a substantive national secretary. The decision was reached during the party's 100th National Executive Committee meeting held at the party's national secretary in Abuja. The acting national chairman, Ambassador Damagun, has said in the meeting had a single agenda to review the outcome of the party's recent engagement with INEC. As you can see, according to him, he confirmed that NEC unanimously resolved that Senator Anyanwu would be the national secretary. He also announced that the party's much anticipated national convention had been deferred to next NEC meeting, July 23rd, 2025. So there's been a lot of papers that are talking about PDP, but it was important for us to give that update to Nigerians who are following the story. Hopefully, things will calm down within the party and then they can get their house in order.
Okay,
go ahead.
According to the Minister for Information and National Orientation, the body of the late billionaire Dantata has been delayed on arriving in Medina. So this, of course, has delayed the burial rites that is supposed to have been observed. My heart is really with the family, trying to carry out his last wishes and, clashing with the sunnah of the Prophet, which is to bury quickly. So now the body has been somewhere, hopefully not in ice, for about 5 days. My heart is with them, but that's the entire story. The federal government delegation has visited his family in Medina. Obviously, this person didn't live in Nigeria as much as we thought.
So I thought they agreed to bury him in Medina.
Yes, they permitted it, but the body is now leaving the UAE to Medina is now having another delay.
Yeah.
One of the Sunnahs of the Prophet is bury immediately and bury where the person died. So they've waived that practice
Okay, so angry youths in Lafiaji headquarters of Edu local government area in Kwara State, yes, they set ablaze the palace of the Emir of Lafiaji and also the office of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in protest against the rising wave of kidnappings in the area. They had said that recently, that a week before, that they had kidnapped a young POS lady, and then nobody did anything about that. And so now again, they kidnapped a businessman whose name is Alaji Chemical. Yes. So out of anger, the resident has staged a protest. They blocked the roads. They demanded that the government should intervene. That because they can't sleep well at night, they sleep with one eye closed. That every day they're kidnapping one person or the other. So due to that annoyance, they touched the place. But the police has gotten involved. The Commissioner of Police, Kwara State, he confirmed the incident, and he said that that the protest was carried out by some miscreants, and that they're trying to do everything in their power to resolve that. Yes.
The Nigerian Tribune, our final paper for this morning. Let's find a story inside the papers. Tinubu to Wike, continue to shine your light. Nigeria sees it, history will record it. E-visa system processes over 14,000 applications in 6 weeks. Akpabio, 6 increased investment in human capital to match growing population. Again, CSOs by Elsa traditional ruler kick against divestment of oil assets in Niger Delta. Okay, and most St. Lucians were formerly enslaved people were Nigerians. Interesting. Now I'm interested in St. Lucia. I need to go and read more about them. Okay. Any story in the Tribune? Nobody took a story? I think there was a story there.
Should I take this Tubaba
Take it now,
story?
your friend's story.
So Tubaba is trending in the Sun and in the Tribune for, endorsing polygamy, saying that according to him, as crude as his word, he said the seed is too much to invest in one woman. It's not natural for it to be invested in one woman, but he said the heart can be given to a woman, but the seed, those in the between the legs, is for general public.
It's true, Sha. There's plenty seed. Don't quote me. Minister of Interior Dr. Olubunmi Tunji Ojo has disclosed that the recently launched e-visa platform has achieved significant success, processing over 14,000 applications within the first 6 weeks. I don't know about that because Abigail just got her own password. You'll be going back and forth on yours.
Yes.
Dr. Tunji Ojo stated this on Monday at the stakeholder sensitization workshop at the NIS headquarters in Abuja. He revealed that the electronic combined expatriate residence permit and aliens card as e-SERPAC and the electronic temporary work permit TWP are set to go live within the next week. He highlighted the efficiency of the new system, stating that I can tell you within the first 6 weeks of the e-visa, we're able to process over 14,000 visa applications within 6 weeks, so that by any standard in the world, it is a pass mark. Well, I'm happy that, I know that a lot of people have actually said the Nigerian e-visa system has actually worked and is functional. But I'm also worried about the processing for the passport, which you complained about. Some people have also complained that if they're yet to receive their passport, especially for renewals, it takes a while.
Yeah.
Any story? That's it.
Modernization of livestock sector imperative. Atairu Jega says, experts have described modernization of Nigeria's livestock sector as a national imperative and neither political nor luxury. So what this place goes to say is Nigeria, we've projected that in 2050, we are looking at a population of over 400 million. And then we'll be needing sustenance. And they said we are going to be needing like 253% increase in poultry meat, 117% rise in beef, and a staggering 577% expansion in milk production. That's what we'll be needing for sustenance. But if we don't invest right now, it's going to be a problem because approximately we are supposed to be making like 30 trillion naira from this whole livestock sector. So he's saying that it's not something that is luxury, or it's not something that is political, it's what is actually needed.
Okay. That is all we can take on our review this morning. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Imagine a country with over 300 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa and Igbo? When we get a common language, where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self and every person waiting for street. That's now why we dey introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station where they unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show, Waiting Day, with your brother, your friend, Wale Po.
Everywhere. So, Bobo.
For this
This is not Cruise Express.
and this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Oh.
Now we be what's up Naija crew. Now we they give you wetin dey sup for inside we country.
Yes, so
keep it loud.
You've got me your papa. Why you not gonna make younger?
Proud to Wahala. Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, we right here. Nobody better than we, right?
How can I whispers be that? Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Get ready to step into the heartbeat of your city like never before. Welcome to Events Diary, where every moment is a celebration. From the electric energy of Owambe extravaganza, to the richness of our culture, to the sophistication of corporate gatherings, Events Diary is your VIP pass to the hottest gatherings in Nigeria. And guess what? I'll be your guide, your style icon. Each week, join me as I transform from traditional chic to corporate sleek. Whether it's a birthday bash or a high-profile gala, you won't just see it. You'll feel like you're right there with me. Aww. From meetings to evening soirees, I'll be there. Or to the trendiest street festivals or to music concerts, Events Diary has something for everyone. So join me as we explore the vibrant tapestry of Nigerian scene, one event at a time.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers.
Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crimes of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless.
Amade
Doja Salamadini, I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Hey my people, I greet you plenty.
My name is Nachika Okeke.
My name na Uwi Balogun.
My name is Damilola Banire. My name is Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen.
And this na Abigail. And I dare on top your view pigeon. I'm gonna bring you bass, boost.
I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show say now my husband be this.
Now what you want?
After that day, the man
you not go see him again. If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody. When you dey friend the husband, you not see sign say the guy smart, you don't vex, don't give him signs.
If they look for person we go give them to you, fact as he be.
Men no dey ever get fault. If baby not there for her,
na the woman.
talk, no, they be person, you know, make person no fit talk true inside. But for this country, we know say if we open curtain in the morning, waiting no good, no good.
Me and my sisters, hey, we go tanda gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information.
Look, we not even take responsibility for the children. Leave the man.
And that's some warrior.
Back. So, the whole of Nigeria is talking about Pastor Bolaji though. But you know, until your view talks about it, everything they are saying is not yet, doesn't hold water just yet. So controversy erupted when Pastor Bolaji Dowu attributed the Yoruba race's lack of progress to fear, contrasting it with the perceived fearlessness of the Igbo people. Speaking in church, he claimed that fear is a deep-seated hindering the Yoruba people's ability to achieve greatness, while commending the Igbos for their boldness and global entrepreneurial presence. His comments have sparked heated debate, with some Nigerians criticizing him for promoting ethnic stereotypes, while others see his message as a call to action for overcoming fear and pursuing one's potential. As reactions continue to pour in, Pastor Dowu has yet to issue any clarification or apology. Before delving into this discussion, here are some of the exact words. He said, "There is a problem with the Yoruba race. Even the ones that are 48 years old, there is a problem with our race, and it's called fear. Life bows for the courageous, life works against the fearful." For more clarity, you can watch the video yourself. But as I said, it has sparked quite a bit of controversy. There have been two sides of the divide, and people have said a few things, but we'd like to hear your own thoughts, our viewers' views on this. You can call us on the numbers on your screen, 021-635-2013, 090-241-63440. You can also send us messages on X and also on YouTube. We'll be happy to read your thoughts. Who would like to jump in here? Elijah, they're in front of me.
How are you pushing? No.
This is a pastor.
Okay, go ahead. Maga is ready to take the floor.
Okay, so let me take the floor. Okay, first off, it's important for us to understand our strengths and weaknesses as
okay, before you say, let me call for the video for those who have no idea what we're talking about. Some people that don't watch online. Watch this video, then we'll take it from there.
Yoruba people, there's a problem with your race. Yoruba people, hold on here. Even if you are 48, hold on here. There's a problem with your race. It's called fear. Life bows for the courageous. Life walks against the fearful. I'm saying it so that you can, from a young age, that's why I love the Igbos. They are fearless. There's no country in this world you don't see an Igbo man there. Nobody can do anything significant in life because of fear. One of the reasons people never emerge or go forward in life is fear. And fear will lead to self-doubt. You will begin to doubt yourself. And I'm saying it to you because when you are young, you can conquer it young. It's in Yoruba culture. Rora. Hey, careful. What's careful? A man only once. Hey. What's hey? When they say hey, you say ha. The worst you can do is to fail at it. You will try again. We will do big things though. But for you to do big things, you must be fearless.
That he was throwing stabs at me. But it's okay. I will come for you. Well, you know, first of all, Pastor Bolaji is somebody I know very well. I was head usher in his church many years ago. I worked closely with Pastor Bolaji, so I know Pastor Bolaji well. So it's not somebody I want to criticize openly. But I certainly have my reservations about what he said. Strong reservations, I would say. Because the truth is that there are different sides of the divide. But let me hear from the ladies first before I then come in my own view, because if I want to start, I don't want to sway anybody's opinion. But Amaka, let me let you jump in here.
So, as I was saying, so I said, so like we as individuals, we all have our strengths and weaknesses, and I don't believe it has to do with tribe. I believe that there are people that are fearless in the Yoruba, tribe, and there are people that, have fear and anxiety, overthinkers, and same in the Igbo. I think when it comes to fear, or you're being an overthinker, or just or being fearless. It has
universal.
It's universal. It has nothing to do with tribe or or ethnic, any form of ethnic group. But then, that being said, I want to say to this first is, regardless of how he put it, I'm trying to I'm taking from his the message he was trying to pass, that in life you can't go far, you can't succeed if you're overthinking it, if you're not fearless, and things like that. So that's his message. But how he passed it and how he tribalized it, I don't agree with that.
Tribalize. Is that what you said?
Yes. How he did that, I don't agree with how that message was passed. Do I agree and accept the underlying message? Yes, I do. And then lastly, I want to say that we all know, and it's been said, and it's known everywhere, that where they say that if you go to do business anywhere in the world, if you don't find an Igbo man, don't do business there, because that Igbo men love to do business, and they are everywhere. Any states they go in, any part of the world they go in, they look for that business opportunity there. It is known, right? But that does not mean that I don't think that has anything to do with being fearless or not being fearless. It's just a cultural thing that has evolved and passed down over the years.
I feel that because the Igbo man, if you look at the Igbo culture, you know that they are mostly hunters, farmers, and there's actually a wrestling competition always in the Igbo land. So they are always, what they call Obiakbo, that they have that hard mind. But I don't think one aspect is enough to generalize. And I feel like we are sitting at the brim of this ethnic bigotry to make a comment like that. He's a very respectable man of God. Most times when you preach, you might just quote stuff out of context and then people blow it up. You see how it's trending because there is a mention of Yoruba and Igbo. And we know that this has been one of the burning issues we have to deal with as Nigerians presently. In politics, you see how Igbo now, go to your village, we'll throw you into the third mainland bridge. Igbo people will say, Yoruba, you two-faced. Those are those kind of stuff. So, but I have learned not to stereotype or to generalize when it comes to this, because I actually feel like, I won't call it fear, I feel like the Igbo man is resilient. He's dogged. Whereas the Yoruba man is very diplomatic and strategic. It's like having a war formation. You have the people who are the brains, who sit behind and say, you go to formation 1, if they break formation 1, go to formation 2, you strike from here, if plan A fails, I feel Yorubas are those strategists. Because if you've noticed in this country, especially when it comes to politics, is wherever the Yoruba man stands, that stands. The Yoruba man is like the middle person in Nigeria. If they say we are supporting the North, you notice that most of the time it swerves to the North. So I feel, as I said, I will allow other people to, but I feel like it's not the right way to put it.
Thank you very much, Abigail. Before I come to you, Nima, let me try to come in here, because I know you're a Muslim, so you're always very careful of getting involved in these kind of conversations. But as I said, I know Pastor Balaji very well. I felt that this was very irresponsible and very self-serving. Because the truth is that when you have a congregation, sometimes you play to the gallery of the people in your community. If I live in the US, for example, and all my members of my audience are members of maybe the white community, I'm likely to preach to pander to their own sentiments, So you have an audience, definitely a diverse audience. Maybe you could have, I'm just saying this is what he did. I'm just saying it's possible you could have profiled your audience. This is more because these Igbo people are very rich, they are lucky, very wealthy people, and you pander to those sentiments because you just want to win that community over. That's how it came across to me. Also, when I say self-serving and irresponsible, because you know how sensitive.
Very sensitive.
Ethnic conversations. We are still rebuilding from 2023. We are still reminding ourselves. We are still rebuilding from civil war. And things have gone awry. It got really bad in the last elections. It is very irresponsible for any person on the pulpit to bring that to that kind of platform, that kind of stage. It is wrong. So I don't even want to debate Yoruba people like this, Igbo people like this. Just like you said, rightly said, you don't generalize, because yes, we can see the obvious that we all know. But to stand at that pulpit and say that kind of thing, it was self-serving and it was irresponsible. Nima, let me let you jump in here for a second.
Okay, so apart from just generalization, I see a lack of intelligence from those who are supporting what he said and what he said. A lot of times we don't sit down and understand our history. So yes, it is very popular now to say an Igbo man is the first you find in every place you go, but that's not the truth. It's a generalization. It's just an unfounded statement everybody has accepted. It's an unfounded statement that everybody has accepted. Go to other places. There are plenty of other Nigerians you'd easily assume they are Igbos in every place of the world that you go to. Take the Benin, for instance. A lot of people are all in places that are unimaginable. I saw a cold video of someone, and the name, I was like, wait till you leave Edo, go find for that place. What are you looking for around the world? So people are on a quest for good, for better life, everywhere in the world. Some Jamaicans claim to be Nigerians, and they can claim to be any tribe in Nigeria they choose. That's a general statement. Nobody has sat down to do the statistics and give us the numbers. It's a generalization. But to come at a race, you must understand the history, the privileges, the wars, the struggles of those people for you to be able to say the race and conclude in such a way. Because when you say it, from the kind of influence that you wield, you just might be pushing another psychology on the younger generation who will now think, my people are fearful, so I shouldn't try.
Simple.
Then the one that broke me is reading, because as you were talking, I was reading the response from Dr. Stephen Akita, another damage.
What did he say?
Another damage. Trying to endorse it, he mentioned the case of MKO and talked about wealth that did not transcend one person. Trying to say they didn't build legacies. As if you, in this our lifetime,
there's no Okoya.
There's no leave Okoya. In this his lifetime, in this our. You want to tell me Adenuga is still the one sitting on the board of Glo? You did not see his daughter Becca and what's her name? Bella and all of that. You are not seeing the wealth. You've not seen $10 children on the board of his companies. You refuse to see other Nigerians moving. Tony is even Delta. The Igbos
I'm just saying that Nigerians generally.
So leave the words as Nigerians. And when you want to address a person's traits, please address a person.
Yes, exactly.
Because if you give me a chance from the school that I went and the Igbos I have met, in fact, on this my last, I had 2 Igbos on that trip. One very outstanding man. I call him Prof because he's a lecturer. Very outstanding, very disciplined Igbo. He represented Nigeria in the highest standard. He would not. Then another one of Igbo extract made sure that we were embarrassed from the entire place back to the airport in Nigeria. He couldn't put in a statement, had no courtesy, demeaned other African countries, talked down, boasted of money. We were not able to associate with him. Okay, now let me now pick that one, seeing the other one that is outstanding, and use that one as my example of every Igbo tribe. That's the wrongest thing to do.
Let me pause you for a second.
It is important. Every tribe, every person has, when you want to go about tribe and races, it is too general a statement you come to without information.
Simple.
If you want to do correction, everybody, this morning we're discussing two Igbo people, Igbos now, since he's using Igbo as the superior race. 2 Igbo people outstanding, one is doing his job well, the other one is an embarrassment unto himself. I was saying to my husband, I said, you better be careful. Is it stupid or is it wicked? Because if somebody is repeating a mistake over and over, it is either the person is stupid or the person is deliberately being wicked. You need to find out what it is before you offend God.
But let me pause you because I have to go on a very short break. This conversation is just starting. Let's go on a break. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Brand new studio, brand new set, a new face, but still your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
It's a fresh new energy, new vibe. You smell that?
Now that's the smell of tasty, tantalizing food from our various chefs.
when it comes to sports updates with insightful analysis, the place you want to be is Wake Up Nigeria.
That's right. Every second there's a fresh occurrence, and every minute there's a story to tell. Keep abreast of happenings locally and internationally via the news updates of Wake Up Nigeria.
It's live camera fashion, where we strut, slay, and sashay, and keep you updated with all the latest fashion trends.
Level up your morning.
Watch Wake Up Nigeria, where every morning begins with a spark.
Hello, TVC Communications. How can I help?
What makes TVC the right choice for my business?
Excellent question, sir. Let me share some exciting facts with you.
Start your day on TVC Entertainment with Wake Up Nigeria, a family and lifestyle show. Your view empowers women globally.
It's your view, let it count.
Entertainment Splash delivers the hottest celebrity trends. On TVC News, we keep you informed with breaking news and in-depth analysis of events shaping the world.
I will continue to speak the truth.
TVC News at 7 and TVC News at 10 p.m. delivers the most important stories of the day. Max FM, your hit music radio station, captivates listeners daily across Lagos and Abuja, making every commute more enjoyable. Adaba 88.9 FM is not left out, as it is the voice of Southwest. And on TVC Digital, we reach to million viewers daily. All together, pulls in over 17 million viewers daily. Contact us on 0707 272 8338 or marketing at tvccommunications.tv. Partner with TVC Communications today. Let's grow together.
Imagine a country with...
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Thanks for staying with us, and I think I'd like to also understand where Amaka was saying earlier, because in every situation we must also see the silver lining, the good part of it, or the lesson we want to learn. Because I hear Pastor Bolaji's message and I see what he's trying to drive, because there's an inner message. Maybe he could have sent that message in a different way.
Yeah.
Because I know that Amaka and I've known Amaka for a long time, but Amaka, I can tell you categorically that since you came into my life, that you and I became close, I know how you've pushed me. How you say, Mariah, you can't do this. You don't even just tell me. You tell me the step to step, Mariah, you do this, you do this, you do it. You break it down. Something I know that if my Yoruba friend will say, Mariah, take it easy. That thing, just don't worry, just worry. God will sort it out for you. Don't worry, you know. So I understand that the Yoruba person has that. Because a talker, for example, will advise me, just pray about it or just be careful. Don't worry, God will do it for you. You know, they'll just be careful. They don't want to advise you. They don't want to be quoted. That's what my talker friend or Yoruba will tell me. But Amaka, you will tell me, okay, this is the situation. You do this, step by step, because you had that drive to say, do it. And I must be sincere to myself. When I'm alone, I think of the difference. I say, see how that Amaka just gave me the steps I take. But I know that other friends might not do that because they don't want anybody. It was how they told her to go and do something. They're careful. That's one. Secondly, I remember when we went to China, we were put in a place where we didn't see anybody. It was just us and few 95 Nigerians and a few other people from different countries. And we were depressed because we didn't have even the food. The moment they took us to Guangzhou, hey, that I saw my Igbo brothers, I was excited. It was as if I came to Lagos or I was in Aba. Because they were on the road, they were everybody. I want to just hug a stranger. Because after staying in a place where you don't see anybody, the point is that there's value in everybody. The fact that an Igbo man goes to St. Lucia, I see value there.
It's personal experience.
This is my own personal experience.
That's the problem. That itself is the problem. Your personal experience cannot translate to what you describe a race by. Do you know that Guangzhou you are talking about, the person that I have there is Ijebu, married to a Chinese? Oh, yeah. And it's hustling like that, but you can assume because you see everybody on the street. My husband speaks Igbo. My husband sits at the CDA with my Igbo neighbors, rushing the language. So how do you describe someone like that if you meet him?
I totally agree.
So the mistake is to generalize a race. That's there is the damage. See, I used to assume when we do this Japa talk that no Hausa de Japa. When me traveled, the 3 people that intervened to come and help us were Hausas. When there was a trend on X about Hausas not doing Japa, when they started to drop details, I read at a young age about the person who designed the BMW cars, all the classic cars BMW has. The guy is of Hausa origin. The only thing the guy did is to come back home, instead of as we would do in the West to marry Oyibo, married another man that he took back there. He raised his kids in the US. You don't wake up and call a cautious, what he calls fear in a Yoruba person is what I know as them being too cautious. So you see some of them.
And there's wisdom in being cautious too.
Exactly. See, that's the point I wanted to make. So 2 children are playing. They want cross gutter. One says, oh, let's get a wood so that we don't fall in. The other one says, just jump. The 2 of them end at the edge of the gutter. You now say that the one that jumped is wiser than the one who put a wood. But if you were dealing with an accident where the child fell in the gutter and landed on his head, you will praise the other one. See, the generalization is the annoyance here.
Yes.
Okay. So and you don't brush a whole race without understanding.
Let me take Ibrahim. Thanks for calling. I'll come to Abigail. Good morning, Ibrahim. You're live.
Good morning.
Yes. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. You can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to contribute to the program.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. I listened to your conversation and I appreciate what you are discussing. I want to talk about what you are saying about the Yoruba pastor. You see, it's because he's a man of God. That's why I don't want to be harsh in addressing him. Because, some of these soothsayer, the habit of looking for people getting sentiment because they know that, I'm sorry to use this word, the Igbos, especially when you raise their head, they give out money at any will. And you can't compare a Yoruba man. You know what is Yoruba? Yoruba will say they think ahead, they think far. And the Yoruba will always look at where he's coming from, where he is going. So the issue of being afraid, of being fearless, shouldn't even arise from the man of God like that. Are you inciting people that they should be of a bad character? If you are giving good words of God, you should be able to know that there are ways, even inside that congregation, there are Yorubas, there are Igbos, there are outside, expected that he should have enough other people in his congregation. Yeah. And he should be mindful and watchful of what he is saying. Saying that he believes in the Igbos are this, Igbos are that. A Yoruba man, something that will happen in the next 20 years, is thinking ahead of it.
Right. Thank you very much, Brian.
Thank you. So I want to use the analogy of two different families, one very wealthy family and the other one not well-to-do. You know that if you have to hustle to survive in life, you know, they say if you come from a poor home, make sure a rich home comes from you. The way the poor man's child will hustle will be very different from how the rich man's child is going to hustle. So they both race, the South Western race and the Eastern race is different. If we look at the history of Nigeria from the Civil War, the Easterners have been trying to gain their ground again, especially in Nigeria. We know that most of the time the complaint is they have been marginalized. And then in trying to prove that, yes, we are a race that, you know, we are a formidable race, they go the extra mile to stamp their presence. It's not like the Southwestern, and I don't want to start using Yoruba.
Let's be careful. I don't want us to go into those
because
debates.
It's very sensitive.
Yeah, so I don't want us to
the Southwesterner already has it watered. For one time, this place was like the capital of Nigeria. So the Southwesterner doesn't have to prove himself or herself that, okay, I am this, I am that. So if you look at one of the richest set of people in Nigeria, they are the Northerners. If a Northerner tells you the amount of money they have in their account, you'll be shocked. But they're not everywhere most of the time. And they're not loud most of the time too. So I think, as we say, it's very, very, the generalization is the problem here.
Okay, let me take Ibrahim. Thanks. Is it Ibrahim? Good morning. Yakub, you're live. Go ahead, Yakub.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
And good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I totally agree with the last speaker, and then much more agree with Sister Nima. She has spoken very well. I don't know, maybe you are hearing me.
We can hear you very clearly.
Yeah, thank you very much. You see, the pastor already got it wrong. He totally got it wrong. You see, you were saying that some people are not fearful. Let me give you a very typical example here. During the Civil War, I don't know why he categorized people being power that he said because they have power. That is why they are doing great. No, I totally disagree with the man. You see, during the Civil War, I knew, and then I was told by my father, it was somebody, a great man called Awolowo, advised the government of the day at that time that you are fighting somebody, you are still making them to eat food. Cut the food, cut this, cut that.
Okay.
I'm
going to cut that line up because this is a very sensitive topic. So I'm being careful the comments we get. But I don't want to reopen old wounds. We're trying to let's focus on this issue because I don't want us to reopen old wounds. There are people still healing from that experience. So we're just trying to focus on this issue that the pastor is. Amaka, let me come to you.
So it's so funny how we are trying to make a point. Even the callers are trying to make a point, but then we're still all making the same mistake.
Yeah.
We're still being myopic in our delivery. Yeah. So it's one thing to point a finger at Pastor Bolaji, which I expect him to know better because I believe he has experience in delivering speeches, in delivering his sermons. So he should know better on how to deliver, right? But then we're all making the same mistake, including our callers, including the people that are typing on social media, right? On YouTube. At the end of we're still being myopic because we're still generalizing. We're still, everybody's still saying Yoruba, Igbo, Yoruba. It's not a debate. You find overthinkers everywhere. You find fearless people everywhere. It has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with tribe. If you understand it, before you start criticizing Pastor Bolaji, ask yourself, what comment have I made and what thought process have I said in
your privacy
concerning this situation? So if you've acted in that certain way, it will help. No, because like someone like me, not like it when meeting. I like to call myself meeting. That's what has helped me in this life. Before you even advise me, I've advised myself. So as you're pointing finger at Pastor Edo, and then you're here, criticized and everything, even I've seen so many comments on YouTube, ask yourself, why are you still talking, say Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa? This is an open and closed conversation. It's a tribalistic, myopic insight and how a delivery of a sermon was done. Simple. It should not be tolerated. It is not right.
Fantastic. Let me take Reverend Dominic. I'll come to you, Nima. Sorry. Let me take Reverend Dominic has been holding. Good morning, Reverend Dominic. You're live.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Good morning, all of you.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Please, ladies, let me come for the pastor that preached the gospel, if you listen to me. The pastor did not mean about demarcating any tribe. I'm a pastor. The pastor tried to ginger maybe
Remember, he's a Yoruba man. The pastor trying to ginger his members to be fearless. They use a name, Igbo. It doesn't mean that it's marketing any tribe. It is you women are putting tribal issue in this message. It's a gospel. In Christ Jesus, there's no Jew, there's no Gentile. The pastor, thank God, is a Yoruba man. He's not trying to demarcate his own tribe.
Reverend Dominic, he said, Yoruba people, there's a problem with your tribe. That statement, please, how does it come across to you?
What he's trying to say, he must use a word. What he's trying to say that in my people, this is attitude we have. Okay. If you're listening to me.
Okay. All right.
Are you listening?
Yeah, well, very clearly. So this is my people. This is the.
What I'm trying to say, the young pastor, I'm a pastor.
Yeah.
You must use something to preach the gospel.
All right.
It's not demarcating any tribe. It's not demarcating Yoruba or Igbo. Okay. But give an example. Jesus said, I'm a pastor. He's younger than every pastor. And this one today in the church where a pastor, I tried to play down media.
Okay.
Media is causing much damage in gospel.
All right.
What the man is saying, thank God is a Yoruba man. My father in the Lord is Waloke. What very great man, Bishop Waloke, he ordained me in ministry that you cannot take anything from Yoruba people. But what pastor is saying now about tribalism, it is media, and you are putting tribalism in this matter.
All right. Thank you very much, Reverend Dominic, for your views.
Nobody put words from your mouth.
Go ahead.
Just as Amaka said, Amaka was saying, we should check this, and I said that would be difficult. It's because that is a level of intelligence of the people having whatever you hear from a person is, their thought process. It's based on what they can think. Somebody can come and say, because he mentioned Igbo and the comparison will continue. That is why the comparison is dangerous. Let's even leave the races and the tribes that he's mentioned and bring it to children. If as I'm sitting here now, you want to correct me. The moment you say, do as Abigail, waiting, Abigail get on, she better pass me, that's the thing I will hear. And so it's not a good way to pass a message. Yeah. It's wrong. If, for instance, you want me to do better, do better, this is this, and that's the way to go. If you want to tell the Yoruba people that their caution has become fear,
focus on that.
Focus on it. Over years, you raised your kids to be cautious, and it is a good trait. Yeah. Because as I did so, I know what my picking go behave one kind, can't give me. It's supposed to be caution. I call it complex thinking. When I talk about it, I say, did you have complex thinking? I was born by a safety expert. My father used to tell us there's nothing like an accident. You take care of everything. No, the water slipped. I had an accident. My father would say, did you clean the floor and ensure that it was clean? We were raised to believe there was no accident, except what you did. It was always from what you didn't do or what you did wrong. And so you had to do everything by the word. To take a decision on as to what to do, you process it. Because you'll be responsible for whatever outcome or consequence came from that action. And so people were raised that way. You cannot come and tell them, that this your something is becoming fear. The moment you start a comparison battle, you better be ready for this backlash you're getting. And it's not media. Reverend Dominic is not media. We did not put words in his mouth. We did not give him the option of the comparison. Imagine that the comparison was between Yoruba people and maybe Mozambicans. Maybe for rest. But you started it like this.
True story. Two friends. I remember this story was told to me. Again, I don't want to fall into that trap of Yoruba and Igbo, but this is a true life story. So two friends, one Igbo man and a Yoruba man. They're two good friends. There was a business transaction that had to do with, with the property. And I think the Igbo man and the Yoruba friends were talking about it and discussing it. Anyway, so the Igbo man said, let us go ahead and do this thing. Let's do this property. But the Yoruba man now found out that, the owner of this property is Lagbaja, somebody that, he's going to tell his this thing, let us leave it alone. He tried to let us play. That one, the other guy said he didn't care because he had the right to do this. Anyway, something happened. He bought the house and he got the money and he moved on. But the Yoruba person refused to get involved in that transaction. Now, his friend made the money and was fine. Fast forward, the owner of that property got into government and was able to now engage this Yoruba friend in government. And the person now became, I don't want to mention the position he held, so that he had a lot of influence. And then his friend who took the property needed help with government and came back to his friend who then had access and power and honor. So he needed help at the time. So, I mean, they're still good friends till today because I know them very well. But the point is that different strategies.
Yeah.
So one person did the transaction, got the money, and that person didn't lost the money, but eventually was able to get a different position. Now, it doesn't mean one against the other.
It's just
two
strategy.
different people.
It's just
different
strategy. See,
strategies.
Murayo, if you sleep, there's a consequence. You don't sleep, there's a consequence.
If you sleep on a hard bed, there's a consequence. If you sleep on a soft one,
there's also consequence.
So you now see, you grow up as an adult, accepting life as your choices and the consequences of your choices. But for somebody to come and say that doing those choices is a tribal trait, genetic of you.
I think
okay, so I want to apologize on behalf of Pastor Bolaji Idowu. To everybody.
Did he ask you to apologize?
I actually feel
he has not responded.
Okay, so I actually feel that he didn't do that out of despise because he himself is a Yoruba man. You know, that's what I'm trying to.
Okay.
What if it was pandering to?
It's not. I think it was pandering to his investors.
So, but I would like to land with the thought that imaging is very important because the world look up to us. We already have our internal battles, and we want to maintain an image that when you go out and you say, I'm in Nigeria, and they're not asking you, are you Yoruba or Igbo? They want to see you for who you are. So I actually want to say that most of our leaders and even the clergymen who stand on the pulpit to address congregation, they should be very careful of what they say.
You know how many wealthy, I don't have the data, and this is a generalization. I'm assuming there are a lot of filthily rich people in the Igbo people in Pastor Bolaji's church. They are so wealthy that they are major stakeholders for him. So it's important for them to love him.
Not wealth, it's generosity.
I mean, and this is me saying.
I think get money make another drop. You know that the Catholic Church, sorry Amaka, the Catholic Church behind my window, I like to follow bazaar. If you see the money they used to declare,
so people will get money.
10 million.
So money
is generosity.
How do you mean
generosity? So
generosity.
The Igbo man can have money and the Yoruba man have money. I want to say I know they pay tithe. I will use it for Faji. He will declare his own money in the church. So Pastor Bolaji might not have that patronage. But if you come to the Ijebu man party, it's his mother's burial and he's doing it as if he's running an Ojude all by itself. Because that's where they show off their money. You cannot tell people where the money will go. But me, that I've been experiencing that Catholic church, sometimes if it's money that I'm looking for, don't join them.
We have the floor, but let me quickly take this call. Good morning. Thanks for calling. You're live. Mohammed, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to appreciate you people and this discussion you brought.
Yeah.
It's a very good one. Good morning, Marayo.
Please listen to me, not the TV. It's delayed. Go ahead, please.
Okay, you see what I'm trying to say about this topic is a very sensitive topic. And we have to... Hello?
We can hear you.
We can hear you clearly. Please go ahead.
We have to be so we have to be very careful when it comes to the issue. It's just like a father now having two children, and at the same time you are now comparing your children. You are causing hatred between the two children already. Because when you said, Bola, you are better than Shola, you are this, you are that, you want to cause hatred for it. So what the pastor has done, he should be very cautious. I know that people go to theological school, and a lot of theological school where they are being trained, and they give them ways of communication whenever preaching is coming up like this. So maybe Pastor Bolaji has to go to such place so that you can get more orientation on the way he addresses people.
Thank you very much,
Yoruba.
Thank you. Go ahead. I'm going to let you final.
What I wanted to say is that I want to use a personal experience, which is myself, to say that people are allowed to be different things at the same time. I know I've also mentioned to you that I always say, like, I used to be an overthinker.
Yeah.
Yes, I always say that. I used to be an overthinker. And then it made me, like, in business, I lost so many opportunities because by the time I'm done looking at the pros and the cons and overthinking, the opportunity has gone. But it also made me not to get into a lot of trouble and also not to lose a lot of money over the years, right? But then I had to wake up and tell myself, like, you know what? I want to be able to jump into certain things, right? And
courageous.
Be courageous. And so as I'm allowed to evolve and to change as much as I want, depending on my circumstance or the events happening around me. And it is okay. So one person can be an overthinker, can be a coward, can be fearless, can be fearful,
it is okay, depending on what's going on with you at that point in time, depending on your mood, depending on how you wake up in the morning, that will determine whether you want to take a certain risk or not.
I have to wrap up. Any good messages? I want to take a final message. Let me take a final one from engineer Tijani, PhD. Good morning, Murayo. The pastor did not speak from an informed angle. There is nothing peculiar about any race. It is about individuals. In Yoruba land, we grew up to meet the ethos called Omoluabi, where merit comes before favoritism. Nowadays, the culture of Omoluabi resides with individuals and not the general populace. And this cuts across every single race. So it's not everybody that's an Omoluabi. Some people are not Omoluabis. Now, there are people who see every white man as a racist because of the slavery that happened in the past. And this is a generalization, which is unhealthy. We are not in any competition with anybody else, with any other person. And our race in this world is not against any other race but ourselves. So again, to capture this properly, you see, we all get an opportunity to have a platform with a microphone. And that comes with a lot of responsibility. Now, you can use any way you want to compare. You can use anything you want to use your comparison. But you must be sensitive to where you are as a community. We live in a country that is very, very volatile when it comes to ethnic sentiments and religious sentiments. Everybody must be very responsible. As we build this nation together, as we try to heal all the wounds, it is irresponsible for any person who has a microphone to outrightly put attributes to one race or one tribe over the other. It is wrong, and it is selfish and it's self-serving, and we must ensure going forward that we shouldn't make this kind of mistake again. That's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, we move to our next hot topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jam results.
My 280 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
That's all we can take. Ejeki, close the show, Father.
Ladies and gentlemen, number one, Unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number one on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym though, you're getting fat. Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference? There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying.
So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, it's the empowerment for me.
Sex can make your relationship better.
No.
Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too. Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the person that used to say, what is his name?
That woman.
Damn!
Today we'll go here.
Hey!
Let's catch up.
I'm sure we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay good.
Hello, TVC Communications. How can I help?
What makes TVC the right choice for my business?
Excellent question, sir. Let me share some exciting facts with you.
Start your day on TVC Entertainment with Wake Up Nigeria, a family and lifestyle show. Your view empowers women globally.
It's your view, let it count.
Entertainment Splash delivers the hottest celebrity trends. On TVC News, we keep you informed with breaking news and in-depth analysis of events shaping the world.
I will continue to speak the truth.
TVC News at 7 and TVC News at 10 p.m. delivers the most important stories of the day. Max FM, your hit music radio station, captivates listeners daily across Lagos and Abuja, making every commute more enjoyable. Adaba 88.9 FM is not left out, as it is the voice of Southwest. And on TVC Digital, we reach to million viewers daily. All together, pulls in over 17 million viewers daily. Contact us on 0707 272 8338 or marketing at tvccommunications.tv. Partner with TVC Communications today. Let's grow together.
Imagine a country with over 320 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa and Igbo? Where we get a common language where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self and every person wey dey for street. That's why we dey introduce to 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station where they unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show Waiting Day with your brother, your friend Wale Po.
Everywhere so Bobo.
It a joke for this time.
This na Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Oh.
Now we be What's Up Naija crew. Now we dey give you wetin dey sup for inside we country. Yes, so keep it loud.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make Yanga?
Compound wahala.
Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, we right here. Nobody better than we, right?
I can always best be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.
Thanks for staying with us. So before we go into our next topic, it was important for me. There's a message I got from, I won't mention his name. I never mention his name, but he always sends me messages. He says, there are champions everywhere. I've lived in Lagos for close to 40 years, and you cannot tell me that fear is a problem of Yoruba. This tribe has cultural competence and management of emotional intelligence. They always win because they think before they act. So there are different ways of looking at the wisdom or the fear in quotes. Okay, moving on now to our next topic. That's going to be our hot topic today. Do you have, would you like to?
Okay, so Baba yesterday, according to the Sun News Online, was interviewed as the topic was regarding polygamy, and he was reported to have said that polygamy is every man's nature, and that a one man, one woman thing was something that can only be done by heart. When it comes to between the legs, the seed, according to him, is too much to be given one woman. You need to share it. Yeah. And that's basically what he said, and the video.
So because that sparked a lot of conversation online. Because you see, when a man says that, a lot of people always come up with different angles. Although I agree with him, I think that indeed a man was biologically created to sow his seeds as often as he wishes. Because if we go to the old Bible stories, we see how quite a number of people had somebody begat somebody that begat somebody that begat somebody. There was really no restraint in the Bible, in the old Bible days. But the truth is that as men evolved, we have been able to curtail this promiscuity that was known, and to have a society, to be a civilized society. It was important to put things in proper perspective, where you bring in doctrines where you insist one man, one wife, or you just to get some sanity. So I understand the biological perspective he came with. Doesn't mean I agree. I understand, because somebody can tell you.
Good that you put it. That as we were talking about understanding. Okay, I agree. Me at the year.
So okay. I agree in the sense of the biological part, but I don't agree as a civilized person saying you want to sow your seeds all around town. I think that is wrong and irresponsible. But
so what he emphasized was, he said his sexual needs go beyond one partner. The seed too much, their seed too plenty. You not fit drop out for one woman.
Okay, have we not been told, Baby girl? Have we not been told several times on this table that a man can love his wife, but still can spread his seed to a million other people? We have been discussed it before.
Today is a generalization breaking day.
Does it make it right?
So it's preference. Go on.
So I actually feel that this is programming. It's a societal construct. This is what gives most men, I don't want to generalize now, I take myself out of that generalization scheme. This is what gives most men the excuse to be irresponsible. I tell you, women should even be more promiscuous, because even when you're not asking for it, your body is telling you to ask for it.
We get season.
When you're,
there's that day that you will not have sense.
So women work more with the heart that controls the body. We need attention most of the time. And when you're very soft and you're in that space where you're feeling the softness, your body tells you to, you know. So I feel that what he is saying is actually giving himself an excuse to be irresponsible. We shouldn't forget that it gets to a point, as we women, our libido is dropping, the man to your own is dropping. So don't come and make it like you have it, you can spread it.
That one self is debatable. So there are middle-age crises that present differently.
Itself.
Me, no woman that are all presented by increased libido.
Can you?
The man had to be finding solution. You know those things that they used to do locally, monkey tail, everything.
No, listen. How we will know? Morayo, how will we know? Bring a man that is very sick and let's know if he will be able to have that thought for 1 month. Or let him be having one problem that is affecting his heart and see if he will be able to miss that problem and be sleeping with 10,000 women at the same time.
Sickness. Let's put it in perspective.
It's just irresponsible.
Let's assume everybody is healthy, but their hormones are presenting differently. As women, we know that particular day once a month. It happened to me when I was away. I stayed on the phone all through. Yes.
Elijah.
It happened. So we are going to be talking serious talk.
Yes.
We've been conditioned to regulate and control ourselves. Unlike a man who will go there because of this statement that they've been given permission with that statement, and they will commit an unaccountable sin. They don't want to account for it. So if a woman says, "Oh, this day is low," it just happens every day. That I cannot control anything. Anything that happened, that you must forgive it. We'll be having DNA conversations and children planting conversations and all of that conversations.
Kamaka, I'll let you jump in, please. Let me hold me. Calm down, relax.
Oh God.
You were here the other day when we were talking about that her uncle.
Okay.
That singer, something Masha.
Yes.
When he was sowing the seed all over the place, the musician. Yes.
He married them.
He didn't marry which were married with. The point I'm trying to make is
number one.
The point I'm trying to make is that he's irresponsible. Not irresponsible. We must understand that a man has that potential to spread it. Because I choose to be a Daddy Gio, or I choose to be a Mr. whatever, I choose, doesn't mean that I don't have the capacity. So what Two-Face is saying is that biologically, they can choose. Same way that Mr. Marshall, what's his name, Mr. Marshall? Ayinde Marshall.
Number one. I answer you now.
That he spread his royal roots across.
Morayo, a man has, what I hear you say, the ability to be unaccountable to a partner. Whereas some men can choose to be accountable to one partner as well.
Exactly.
The matter don't finish. Now somebody be that. Because if it is about sexual urges, we all have it.
So let me jump in. Right? Where in the today is like that we're generalizing today. It's just from Yoruba to men and women. Producers not try. Because you cannot tell me that a human being irresponsible automatically means that the whole entire male species is irresponsible. No. It's a matter of choice. A woman can be responsible, a man can be responsible.
Granted.
You decide what you want. Most people feel that they are married or that they are in love, but they are not. Because sometimes... because
you've never been a man before. A man is telling you, I have plenty seeds. You know how many billions?
I'm telling you,
billions of seeds come out.
And I'm telling you as a woman too, I have the libido. She said, I have hormones.
All of us have
I'm a sensual and sexual person too.
Yes.
So, but that does not mean I'm everywhere.
But let's not be hypocritical. Let's not be hypocritical. Let me tell you why you're coming here. Because the way God has created us, as your hormone is doing you can get pregnant, and that 9 months, whether you like it or not, you are back, you can't move anywhere. God has created you not to be like a man. A man has given, God has blessed you to spread.
I know that jinx breaker. Auntie, please, have you seen sexual urge increase in pregnancy?
Yes, it does.
How can sexual urge increase
people that are
pregnancy?
Yes,
pregnancy men cannot even have sex.
Are you
You don't want me to use on my mouth to say this thing.
What?
No, you want to kill the baby.
Which baby? Baby is on one side.
Is a joker.
So what I will agree with.
Wait, let me be sure I understand what this Alaja is saying.
Why are you acting like you don't know?
In 9 months, are you saying that you're killing your baby?
On the way to the labor ward.
Lord of Jesus.
You are still very
active. Advise you.
You are still saying, "Oh God, help me to open the cervix so that when I go there, it's easier."
You guys are trying,
Auntie. That's why I say it's his preference. It's people's nature. Your ability to want to. Number one, your sexual nature. If you don't have it, you don't have it. Your ability to be accountable, your choice, your decision to be accountable and faithful to one person. Are you choosing?
Let me have to go on a break, Amaka. Hold your point, because we have to digest some of this information.
Some men too, they are.
Let's go on a short break.
They don't want to be accountable to their children.
Calm down.
No verse.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Get ready to step into the heartbeat of your city like never before. Welcome to Events Diary, where every moment is a celebration. From the electric energy of Owambe extravaganza, to the richness of our culture, to the sophistication of corporate gatherings, Events Diary is your VIP pass to the hottest gatherings in Nigeria. And guess what? I'll be your guide, your style icon. Each week, join me as I transform from traditional chic to corporate sleek. Whether it's a birthday bash or a high-profile gala, you won't just see it. You'll feel like you're right there with me. Aww. From meetings to evening soirees, I'll be there. Or to the trendiest street festivals or to music concerts, Events Diary has something for everyone. So join me as we explore the vibrant tapestry of Nigerian scene, one event at a time.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call a permanent solution.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe it's achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos.
We're still discussing this matter, and I think a few comments are coming up already. Abigail wanted to come in. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I was going to say that I will partly agree with him when he said the man is wired to, because if you get pregnant as a woman, you need 9 months before you can have another child. But the man can actually impregnate like 10 women or 9 women at the same time. So I agree with him. And there's this saying, I'm not a man, I will just say according to what I have heard, that a man is usually aroused by what he sees. In the morning, they say they wake up, children, please go and sleep. They wake up hard in the mornings. Whether you like it or not, that is what will wake you up in the morning. So even your body reacts before you, if your mind even thinks it. So I will agree with him that at that point, most men, whether they see, oh, this woman is fine, before you know the trouser is bulging. But the woman takes a lot of watering, marinating, and all that for her to even get around. Even some women, even when they love
for yourself.
Is it?
Talk for yourself. The problem this morning is all the
generalization. If you listen to me, I said, according to what I have heard or experienced, I've heard women say, me, I'm usually very dry. I'm not always...
Okay. Let me go. Where we go with that? Please, now it's a breakfast show. I'm going to send you query. Just small. We are discussing it, but we are discussing it with wisdom.
No, please, Amaka, I want you to talk before I answer this Abigail.
What I want to say is that, okay, like I was saying, like that people have different libido, especially men. So something as simple as sugar. If men are saying, I spread the seed everywhere, that we are conditioned that we'll be doing it 21 times a month. How many men, hardworking men, do you actually see that has time to even do 21 times a month? Some men, small thing as sugar will affect the libido. Yeah. So, a small financial problem, small business issue, they come and do 21 times now. Let me see. So this is just a matter of the mindset and irresponsibility.
Okay, I hear you, and I think I've agreed to you to that point. But I'm trying to look at the biological making of a man, and this is what that man, this two-faced guy, was saying. That I can say I love Amaka. She's the person I have chosen as a civilized human being to be with alone. Does not mean I don't have the capacity if I choose to spread. Now, what you've said so far is that a woman too has the capacity to spread. I'm also saying that biologically, her making doesn't even allow her to spread as much as you like, because a woman will say, okay, I'll do now, 9 months I get pregnant, I'll do again, 9 months I get pregnant. You will just wear off. So the man, when it comes to durability, the man has the physical making to do it. Now, so he's saying that I can do that as a man. I have the capacity, but I choose to love this person. So when a man chooses to love, we must understand and respect the decision.
Let me ask, because these people are pegging it on 9 months. Is it all do that on Bele? Because it's only Bele that can make you 9 months assignments. But you can do for the rest of your life no assignments. Yes, no assignment. Yes, if you don't have any good character to be outstanding, you can be doing all the life with different men and different animals for whatever reason that you choose.
Okay, let me take a few comments.
I wanted to address the issue of whether it is easier for a man because a woman needs a process to be wet. It is marketing. All those people that are selling kaya mata for you, they are doing marketing. Yes, it's marketing.
You have to.
All those nonsense things that they say women need, those things are marketing.
No, when I was talking about that, wasn't that? Okay. There are people that biologically, as women.
Okay, can we? I don't want to say that. That's too far.
Someone said something. The person said, George Fidelity says small financial problem of 10 million will affect libido. Yes. You don't even need support. You don't even need 10 million.
Okay, let me take this. Good morning. Thanks for calling.
Okay, good morning.
Go ahead.
Good morning to your colleagues. We've talked about profiling and programming, and all these things are relevant. But the truth is, cultural evolution takes its own course. That's what we missed in Africa and Nigeria, basically, cultural evolution. You see, our culture is predominantly polygamy. Our culture is predominantly polygamy, and that is because of the farming nature of our fathers. Because we were predominantly farmers, we grew from that background before religion came and imposed on us certain limitations. So what we are discussing now, whether about culture, about attitude, about character, about men being promiscuous and all that, is not about promiscuity. It's a cultural thing. Individuals have discipline that they can impose on themselves wherever they are. But the truth about the matter is, most of us around today are products of polygamy. Most of us around today.
All right, let me take a few comments here. I have a call from Madam Caro. It says, in the days of the Old Testament of the Bible, men became polygamous mainly to satisfy their sexual desires and because it was a cultural norm. However, the God of the Bible never endorsed or promoted polygamy. Adam only had one wife. I wonder where Cain and Abel's wives came from. Anyway, when God chose to destroy the earth and spared Noah, Noah also had just one wife. God instructed him to bring into the ark each animal along with the opposite sex. Even Noah's sons each had one wife. Nowhere does it show that God designed polygamy to be, men to be polygamous. God also didn't create man to go around spreading anything. It was their lack of discipline that led them to do so. So the point I'm trying to make is that this God that created these men in the old that were spreading their seeds around is the same God that created the man today. So we're saying that potential is there as a human, as a human being, or as a created species of God. What we are saying, however, is that we must be responsible in how we are sowing those seeds. So if a man now says, I don't want to, because MK Abiola had X amount of children. Fela and Nicola Pokuti had his own children. My own father had plenty children. Many of our polygamy, they had plenty, and they could have had more. There's a man that had over 100 children. I can't remember the name of the family.
But economy is not informing men not to have more than 2.
Exactly.
So it was a choice. It was economically.
So it is a choice that we must understand.
No, it was also a trend. Morale is also a trend. How many women do you have? It was a thing of pride to show off for men. If you have money, you must have women.
That's your wealth.
See, it does not see that generalization that biologically men are wired. That's what me and Amaka were trying to say. That women are also wired.
Yes.
If it's the wiring, it is control and discipline that.
And then let me also say something that shatter this table. We know how many minutes it takes to cook Indomie noodles, and we know how many minutes it takes to cook rice, right? And if really, when you want to cook the rice, I believe we have matured people and we are understanding ourselves. And if you want to cook the rice and put the jollof in the rice to make jollof rice, and put all the nice things in the jollof rice to make the jollof rice come out well, that when I now serve it tomorrow, your tea will be sweet. Trust me, you will not be cooking that rice 21 days. If you can cook jollof rice and cook it very well, and you said that you're a man, you want to be spreading whatever. If you can cook that your jollof rice very well, you will not have the energy to cook it 21 times in a month.
I don't understand. I'm confused. 21 jollof rice.
The process that you put into cooking jollof rice, if you think about it, you will not have energy to do it 21
So is there a process to doing the...
Yes, and you can actually do it and do it well.
Not 2 minutes.
That is odogu. You will not have the energy to cook that jollof rice 21 times.
Restaurants cook that rice every single day. A restaurant, that's the job they do. They have a farmer.
Different helps.
It's the same menu. It's the same menu, and they go to the restaurant.
Something. I just feel, as we've said, as I started, it's societal construct. I think it's mind control. The men have been controlled to accept it. To tell you now, women these days, how do you think those women who stand on Allen and around this admiral, how do you think they serve them, they do their job?
I don't know Allen.
Maybe you watch this Kula for Lions movie. Where the one Anikulapo. No say that small lorry. The men who adore the concubines, they never thought the men would cut corners. You know, when that small girl see fine man, what she do?
So I feel it's mind control. The difference now is women are beginning to control their minds too. And they are doing the same thing that men are doing. And what I see recently is when women start doing those things that men have been doing and women have been accepting, they're not cool with it. They can't take what they've been dishing out to these women. So that's why they have been singing it. It's like they want to make it sink in your head. And the truth is, it's working. This agenda is working because most women have started giving them excuses. Yes, men are meant to cheat. Now, I prefer a cheating husband to this. So long as he's taking care of me,
I think I can accept that argument. Because I'm just even remember, I forgot the Keja people. I totally forgot about it. So it's a trade. It's a trade. And they can do it every day and they're fine. They do it. So it's like, so point taking. So a woman has that capacity also, even with the maker, and they know how to. Okay, fine. Let's give you comments and we wrap up on this.
Okay, so yesterday says culturally men need to marry many wives, wives, so they have many women and children.
There's a culture in Nima that a woman is allowed to marry many husbands.
Yes,
you can
not
marry
even India, Ghana, beware with that.
You can marry multiple
other West
husbands.
African countries.
Let me take this call. I think. Good morning. Thanks for calling. I think I have a caller. Okay. Let me go in a very short break. When we come back, we wrap up with this. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amaka Orakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barkamu da warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of Your View are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
Brand new studio, brand new set, a new face, but still your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
It's a fresh new energy, new vibe. You smell that?
Now that's the smell of tasty, tantalizing food from our various chefs.
And when it comes to sports updates with insightful analysis, the place you want to be is Wake Up Nigeria.
That's right. Every second there's a fresh occurrence, and every minute there's a story to tell. Keep abreast of happening locally and internationally via the news updates of Wake Up Nigeria.
It's live camera fashion, where we strut, slay, and sashay, and keep you updated with all the latest fashion trends.
Level up your morning.
Watch Wake Up Nigeria, where every morning begins with a spark.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to be wrapping up right now. Do you have any comments on social media?
Yes, so hey, Capital Commodities say, Amaka or Akwe, no doubt you be the jollof. And now says 21 times a month are just 2 minutes men. Temitokwe says, but if it were to be a woman, the society will start calling them names and labeling them. Women should exercise their, Moses says, women should exercise their wiring. Just tag me along. That one.
So Akara Michael said, give me 5 times a month, I am okay. But if you want more, we can discuss the logistics.
There's someone there, Titilayo Alabi says, the people standing on Allen do it like a 9-to-5 job. That doesn't mean they enjoy doing it.
The same way with men. Men to do it like they don't love it. That's why that man was saying that I can love my wife. It doesn't mean that the people that I do around with, I love them. I don't like my own is just to do it because I want what they call it, variety.
No,
that's what the men say.
Because you can eat from any plate.
But
you can if the plate were a toilet, you will still eat there. It's lack of this. No, it's just lack of discipline.
Whether you like it or not, by the time you do it with one person for more than 2-3 times, you start developing feeling. From that, if not, why do men leave their wives? At some point, you fall out of love because somebody has started giving it to you from outside, and you're beginning to. Whether it's our biology, once you start interchanging,
there's also guilt in that decision, Abigail.
What's that?
When you start to do, if you feel maybe your heart is with one person and you start to do something else with somebody else, to quench guilt, you just justify it by saying, okay, I cannot love only you, I can actually do for. So for some men, behind that decision is guilt.
The race is not for the strongest. It is God that shows mercy. Ngozi Emanuela, thank you very much. And Yetunde Sonaiki, Sakore Michael, 5 times a month is too low for a young man like you when you now get 60 or 70. I love the banter on
My
YouTube.
own is that last, everybody should try and be cooking jollof, not Indomie noodles.
This is jollof.
I'm with you.
Soup.
I think
jollof is
I'm with you. It's a process.
What you want to eat, make sure that you eat good food.
Amaka, baby. I'm with you. Somebody's even saying Amaka.
You go to a restaurant,
you don't break the table.
and jollof rice is constantly on their menu.
They have
one day and
they have more than
jollof rice. It's the same menu.
They have so many people.
The person cutting the carrot is different from the person cutting the peas and it's different. It's different from you cooking it by
yourself, prepping it, cooking it. Now mixing it, hot coming out.
Bolaji Flow Show says it is wiring from God, biological. Not be you go change that. And I'm saying to Bolaji that there's a reason they call Efa, Eve Efa.
What's Efa?
Yes, because women have the ability to control it or let it loose. It is a woman that can bring down a nation if she refuses to control.
Yes.
All these English people like to spark. Everybody should just go and know that. Learn to be accountable, a responsible adult.
Exactly.
Let's take a more comments.
Some men are not accountable to their women. They're not even accountable to their children. Okay, now you have said that the seed should be shared. You don't share it, finish. You say it's cultural, but it's that local. The woman will be the one feeding, carrying everything of the child.
The annoying part is when you now become irresponsible, you want the woman to understand with you and share in your the consequences of your irresponsibility.
It's your nature.
Okay, so we have to wrap up. Yeah, go ahead, take comments and we wrap up.
Aunt Nam, Amaka, we can make jollof together.
I'm not looking different to make my jollof. My jollof is
in any angle we look at it, it's discipline that matters a lot. Thank you very much, Adetutu.
So, in summary, to do it well.
So this is our Natasha woman. Natasha is said that. So this is the warning sign for Natasha because she might have a new bride. So I mean, Two-Face is telling her.
Didn't you dare when we were telling her?
But Two-Face even mentioned this when he went for Annie, the best young, famous and African. He mentioned it on the table that men are wired to be with. That Annie walked out of the show. She didn't know that it was for foreshadowing of what will happen to her. So it has happened, and he has said it again with the next Natasha. Maybe before he turns 70 or 80.
You know that we also warned him that, you know, some women, head knows no fury like them. If we be Natasha,
a woman's
bus stop.
You say?
Yes, hell knows no fury. Like them. If you be, you know, you can do it to Annie, hell no go born. But you can do it to Natasha.
Natasha girl, eh?
I
don't know how, but she looks like she's very.
But we also want her. When you see a pattern in a person, there's nothing. You don't need Babalawo to come and pour Ifa for you to get sense. She should expect it of him.
He has the money. Let him
express.
Let him.
Money that we are even shouting. Burna Boy don't have money. He didn't buy Lambo for that girl.
Okay, let us close the show. Thank you very much. I think we can close the show. No more comments.
Someone said the wages of sin. The wages of sin is death.
Okay.
So where's the sin here?
Spreading your seed.
I don't understand.
That is all we can take on today's show. I don't think there's anything else to talk about on this matter. But
they say we need to go for cleansing after the show.
Yes, especially
Michael says, you need to go for cleansing after the show. All of us will go, and me, I will even use toothbrush.
Telling me that pregnant woman is
out of the things I said.
Please, pregnant women, please protect your fetus. Don't let anybody come and disrupt your fetus. Let your baby come out safely before these people, these jungle thinking people.
Don't forget it's not a gynecologist that said it. Rely on only what your doctors have told you.
All right, that's all we can take on today's show. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.